It's kind of funny that it's called Dinner for Schmucks, and the dinner's just this one small part of the movie. I mean, they should have called the movie Me and My Schmuck or something. That'd have been better. In either case, Dinner for Schmucks. Now, Dinner for Schmucks had its ups and downs. Most things do. And is it going to be a classic? Probably not, but it was pretty funny. So the story goes, Paul Rudd works for Christopher Pike from Star Trek, and in order for Paul Rudd to get that promotion that he's always wanted at his job, he needs to find an absolute idiot and then bring him to a dinner where other people bring their absolute idiots, and they all laugh at the expense of the poor idiots. Douchebags. Enter the Idiot, a role that Steve Carell plays very well. And then after they meet, we watch Steve Carell and Paul Rudd bond, or Steve Carell annoys and destroys Paul Rudd's entire life. But isn't that what bonding is? Now, I will definitely say that everybody in this movie played their roles perfectly. Paul Rudd and Steve Carell were the perfect contrast for each other as the normal guy who just wants to get ahead at his job, and the most oblivious dipshit that I have ever seen. Ever. Like I said, he does it very well. And that guy from Flight of the Conchords as a crazy narcissistic artist. Captain Pike is the corporate douchebag. I'm always gonna call him Captain Pike. That one girl who looks a lot like Alexis Arquette is that crazy unstable stalker chick. And Zach Galifianakis is indeed a creepy little man. And this all mixes for some really funny moments. And also some very uncomfortable ones. I mean, I felt really sorry for Steve Carell's character in this movie. It's almost uncomfortable and painful in parts. But uncomfortably funny is pretty much what this movie's all about. The funniest scenes in this movie are also the most uncomfortable. One scene in particular, I was just like, oh god, I can't watch. Uncomfortable. Yet funny. It kind of reminded me of What About Bob. I always loved What About Bob, but my friends were always like, no, I can't stand What About Bob because of Bob. If I ever knew someone like Bob, I swear to God, I would kill him. And I was always like, all right, Debbie Downer. But after this movie, I kind of understand where they're coming from. There are scenes where you just want to kill Steve Carell. There are. But you're supposed to feel that way, so the movie does do its job. And some scenarios felt forced. One scene in particular, I swear to God, the writers were like, all right, here it is. So how do we get Paul Rudd and Steve Carell in the same place at one time? We'll give Paul Rudd a back problem. Then Paul Rudd will throw out his back, and then Steve Carell will have to drive him there. They're both there at the same time. I like it. Yeah, but we'll have to give Paul Rudd a back problem, and he'll have a back problem through the whole movie, and no, we'll just do it for that one scene, then we'll never touch on it again. Perfect, we'll do it. I just hate it when things feel forced. I mean, it didn't bring down the whole movie, just an annoyance. So Dinner for Schmucks wasn't the funniest movie of this year by any means, but it was entertaining, and it succeeded at uncomfortably funny. If uncomfortably funny is your thing, and you're a Steve Carell fan who really likes What About Bob, I think this movie might have been made for you. By the end of the movie, it has a good lesson to it, and even though Steve Carell has annoyed you every bit as much as he did Paul Rudd's character, you really do feel for the guy, and you really like him. And you hate Captain Pike. Douche. It is definitely the best comedy that's in theaters right now at this moment. Even funnier than Eclipse. But if you like what you've seen here and you want to see more, well, here you go. Just for you.